Wow.
Yeah. You're looking live at our split studios. This is Fantasy Baseball Now, episode 87 is here for our show, part of the ballline.com podcast network. Welcome back to the show this evening as we look at our picks. There are 5 players from each league under the age of 25 who are best suited as keepers in Dynasty leagues on this Wednesday evening, and along with our weekly segments of Who's Hot and Not, Go Get 'em, Cut 'em, and a sneak peek of Week 10 with the lineups with favorable schedules and the 2-star pitchers that might be available in your league that are going to offer good value next week. I am Sean. This is Mike. What up, man?
Just another stormy day in the Del Val after 5 straight days of 90-degree weather, but it's all good. Before we dive in, please follow us on our Twitter account at fantasybasebnow.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel through the ball9.com network. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on every social media app that there is. And we both didn't get sleep for a different reason last night.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a rally in New York City, and it wasn't a coronation of the Mets for winning the Kings of New York title over the weekend. There was something else going
on. Probably top 3 biggest playoff wins in Knicks history last night.
Yeah.
And then for context, I saw the titles in 70 and 73. So that's a long time for that to happen. I was confident going in anyway that they were going to beat the Cavs, but 44-11 to close it out. Yeah, they're a good team. It's going to be fun. I got me. My poor dog thinks there's a thunderstorm every night because my son is a Oklahoma City Thunder fan, and not recency. He's been an Oklahoma City Thunder fan since he was 9 years old, and Russell Westbrook was his favorite player.
Yep.
So he's losing his mind, and tonight that'll start. You'll probably hear that in the background of him screaming at every turnover and bitching that they're not rotating on defense. And my dog will be pacing like a pregnant father. And then last night, as I'm throwing shit all over my house because I can't believe it, and then I'm picking it all up and dancing with it later, my dog again hiding in another room. So it's a good distraction. It takes my mind off what I said to the big man in Massachusetts today as we were bouncing trade offers back and forth. I'm doing my best to not fuck up my TSBF team by overthinking it. Yeah, now I'm overthinking the fact that I'm not overthinking it. So now I'm in this swirl of a combination of paranoia and doom. And I have no reason to feel that way, but that's because as I've said before, usually I'd be rolling into, hey, everything must go. Memorial Day weekend. We're purging our inventory. And now, yeah, not good. And considering my other 3 leagues, I suck.
Head to head, I'm rallying. 1-4 start. I'm at 3-4. Our league, I'm tied for 3rd as we speak with the big man. I'm weathering injuries. Tarek Skubal, Blake Snelton kissed my ass. I don't know why I picked him. Drake Baldwin getting hurt on a Monday is a gut punch, just because he got hurt. But you lose a key player on a Monday, and I can't replace him all week. That pretty much sucks. But Randy Arozarena continues to be a godsend. Another huge day today. Homer, 2 steals. Way to go.
Yeah, they're bouncing back. It seems like we've lit a fire under a number of players recently. Gunnar Henderson now has decided to go from 178 to 222 over the last week.
And that's only because I traded him.
Well, it's definitely. I mean, look at. I'd want to get off that team too. I mean, some guys just.
I got Bryce Sprang out of it. I got the best second baseman in fantasy baseball in that deal, and I just moved Otto Lopez to shortstop. I believe in Otto Lopez. We're going to see how it works out, but waiting for Jackson Holiday, where you cannot get any updates on, was not going to work for me.
Yeah, and then he's back and he plays 2 and he sits today. So Jeremiah Jackson now loses some juice. It injuries keep piling up. Snell now sounds like Cole starting on Friday against Tampa. Who I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with any analysis, any Ouija board, any magic 8 ball, any go to a psychic to try to figure out how Tampa does what they do. I'm done. I'm done. I don't think they're going to last, but I've learned to not doubt the Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, they're like +5 run differential this year.
Yeah, I know.
Bullpen's and their swing and misses high, and their defensive metrics are lousy because Caminero and Aranda can't catch a cold, and there they are, with the second best record in baseball. And if you think about them from a fantasy perspective, there's like maybe 5 total players that are rostered.
Maybe.
I mean, Camaro's a yes for sure. McClanahan, Rasmussen's rostered at a pretty high level. Baker's rostered because he's closing games, though he did not get the save today. Diaz is rostered, and then everybody else is kind of a plug-and-play role player type player that don't do you a lot of good for fantasy. But as we talk about a lot, like I wouldn't want this guy for fantasy, but if I was putting a baseball team together, I'd want him.
Sure.
Because they're winning players and they play the right way.
All right, you brought up Caminero.
In San Francisco, by the way. No fucking buddy in San Francisco, including their manager. What a dope. And I got 5 giant shares in my National League only league. And I wonder, I'm scratching my head why I'm scuffling. Jesus.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just.
Hey, you brought up Caminero. Let's go to the top 5 under the age of 25.
Yeah, I feel like there should be some Who music for this.
We could do that.
As the kids are all right. And amazingly, there's nobody named Peter, Roger, Keith, or John. So none of the Who members are referenced, but you took the American League and I took the National League, and these are all players that are under 25 years old in the pile, and I mean pile. This was not the easiest exercise. I don't know about for you, but this was not the easiest exercise.
No, I'll tell you what. You had it a lot harder than I did.
Well, the National League's loaded, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I had my 5th guy. I was kind of choosing, Roman Anthony. I got to see it more. Wyatt Langford, injuries have kind of slowed him down. Carter Jensen, I think he's in the mix. But Gunnar turns 25 at the end of June, so he makes the cut here. I did just trade Gunnar in our big league. I traded Gunnar and Jackson Holiday for Bryce Terang and Peyton Tolley, mostly because I have Otto Lopez to move to shortstop. But Gunnar really hasn't done it in a year and 2 months.
He's in the PCA conversation.
Yeah, I still believe. So I put him on this list. He's number 5 on my list because he does run a lot. He does have 10 home runs this year, but he's starting to worry about him. Is he going to fulfill that potential? I still love the guy. I still think he will, but I did just trade him. Number 4 is Colson Montgomery, who is just a monster. You're more familiar with Montgomery for owning him. Would you have put him on this list if you'd done the American League?
Probably. He'd probably be. I mean, I get it with Henderson turning 25 soon. He would be. Yeah, I probably would him. I like him a lot. How I was able to pick him up as a free agent is still mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I toyed with saving him in the offseason, but I had too many position players to save. I mean, in a deep dynasty league with his power, and now he's playing short and third, so He's closing in on dual position flexibility in many leagues. I mean, my gosh, that's huge.
Yeah,
That's huge. I love McGonigal.
McGonigal has shown so far the game is not bigger than it. He can handle major league hitting, major league pitching. He's done it.
How old is he?
291 through the end of the week. The only downside with that is, again, their shortstop is so deep. But McGonigal.
Yeah, we have 3 shortstops.
Yeah, the other guy, Caminero, he's got to be here. He's 22 years old. The position is weak, and he's showing that he can handle any ballpark. I love Caminero, especially at third base. And then Nick Kurtz in his 42 game on base streak. Slow start this year. He's rolling now. I'm a big Nick Kurtz fan. He's in the vault on my team. He's not going anywhere. You can't get him. Him and Drake Baldwin are roomies in my vault.
Yeah,
but Kurtz he's a monster.
He's closing in on first base 1.
He had 5 RBIs last night without the home run. You think the guys that have those big nights will get a home run? No, he's just knocking him runs. The power has come. He got off to a slow start, like I said, but he's in a groove now, and he showed last year that once he locks in, he's a tough guy to get out.
He hit 162 total games either on the weekend or Monday. And his 162 numbers are ludicrous, like 44 homers, over 100 RBIs, close to 100 runs scored. I mean, it's MVP caliber productivity out of a kid from Boyertown, Pennsylvania.
And he's hitting 277. That's the thing. He's not a swing and miss guy. He's got 1 million walks. He's stolen 6 bases. So he's doing everything. And he's not up there just strikeout or home run guy. He puts the ball in play and he's efficient.
Yeah, he's tremendous. I mean, and to your point, the National League was much harder. And I don't know how, like in the run through off the top of my head, I feel like James Wood's like 53 years old. Like he's been in the majors forever. Yeah. But he hasn't. He's only 23. And his rookie season was pretty good. Last year was awesome. And he's on pace for right in the middle of those 2 seasons. But last year, all his productivity was before the All-Star break. So his swing and miss is down. His strikeouts are down. His walks are up a tick. But his 3-year average is closing in on, 30 homers, 90 RBIs, 80 runs, and 250 with 15 stolen bases. I mean, that's at 23 on a terrible baseball team, on a team that can't get anybody out. They score a lot of runs. Like you with McGonigal, like Griffin and Weatherholt. I mean, Connor Griffin's 20 years old. He's 20 years old. He's hitting 252. He's got 3 homers. He's got 20 RBIs. He scored 19 runs. He's got 10 stolen bases. He plays a great shortstop, and he's going to be good for a long, long time. Sure. And J.J. Weatherholt will probably end up qualifying at second base over time because Mason Wynn, unless his knee's screwed up again, looks like he's so good defensively, it's very difficult for them to move Wynn off short. And them going with, Paez, Wynn, Weatherholt, and the light hitting Victor Scott in center field. They're strong up the middle defensively as any team in baseball. But Weatherholt, he homered again yesterday, but he was 8 homers, 22 RBIs, 5 stolen bases, 33 runs, and hitting 233. He's a 23-year-old kid.
So, speaking of the Cardinals and the home runs, should we impose a no tarps waving rule for this podcast and do our audience a favor?
Well, there is a story to that. There is a story to that because there was because there was a college team that, as part of their playoff trip to St. Louis, like the entire traveling students and the team were at that game last night. So the shirtless lunatics, yeah, it was a little crazy. And I know he was hurt to start the year, but Jackson Churio, and he's only 22 years old.
Yeah.
He was in the majors when he was in the majors when he was 19. I mean, his average for his career is 21 homers, 78 RBIs, 21 steals, and 275 at 22. Power will come.
Yep.
275 is 275. That's 3 full seasons. And I did everything in my power to not have a pitcher on this list. It's impossible. It's impossible.
You have to.
It's impossible. Like, he has to be on there. Like, he's made 65 career starts, 375 and 2/3 innings. He has 449 strikeouts.
That's insane.
And 375 and 2/3 innings. His career whip is .913, and his career ERA is 2.43. And if you look at it on a 3-season run, it's like 2.44, 2.45, 2.43. Like, his average is like his ERA is his ERA. Like, the guy, he's a walking potential no-hitter. Head to head, he piles up. He's 25 points a start at a minimum when he's on. I mean, the Cubs or the Phillies got him this weekend in the matchup with Wheeler, but his 2 starts before that, he had 2 30-point outings in head to head.
Yeah, you know what I like about Skeens? He makes it look effortless.
Yeah, he does.
He really does. And
I think of Garrett Cole every time I watch him pitch.
I was just going to ask you that. I've watched him a few times.
And Schwartler's the same guy. Their demeanor is very even tempered. They don't get rattled. They don't, or appear to be rattled. They pound a strike zone like you can't. Like, all they do is throw strikes. They compete like crazy, and they never want to come out of the game.
Yeah,
but they have that. But his motion and the pitches that he throws all the splinker and all this other weird shit that he throws. They showed Pitching Ninja does overlays on 4 pitches that he throws, and it's like, you got to be kidding me with this guy. Like, how does anybody hit him?
Yeah, well, they don't.
Like, the ball runs like crazy. He doesn't throw anything with a lot of torque. So I don't think he's going to be susceptible to elbow, because he's not throwing this big sweeping slider or this 12-3 curveball.
Yeah, he's not Kerry Wood out there.
And he's not hitting 100. I mean, Mizorowski was over 100 almost his entire start last night.
Yeah.
Skeens he'll go 95, 96. He needs to throw 101. He throws 101. He doesn't throw 101 on every single pitch. So he's very efficient in the way he pitches. And that's the real reason why, from a dynasty standpoint, he's a guy to have, because the reason I didn't want to have pitchers is I'm always afraid of injury.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could put all your eggs in the basket of a pitcher, and then on May 10th you don't have him until May 10th of the next year, and you've torpedoed yourself. But he doesn't have that. He doesn't pitch like a guy that's going to develop that.
Yeah,
he'd have more leg issues, I think, than anything else. Todd,
welcome to the show. Todd, what about Ellie De La Cruz, Mike?
I do love Ellie De La Cruz. I really do. But I looked at it with Weatherholt and Griffin more as, I think De La Cruz is a given. I think De La Cruz is a given as a as a keeper. And I also think his value is so high that you could fix a lot of woes on your team by moving him, especially if you had McGonigal, Weatherholt, Griffin, or Montgomery on your roster. You could fix a lot of woes on your team. And last year wasn't a great year for him, not at all. Not for his standards, not for what we all thought he was going to do. But the National League is tough, man. The National League is tough.
You could have had 12 guys on the list.
Oh,
easily. Any number of 12.
Easily. And there's so many there's so many good young players in baseball in general.
Yes.
Really good young players. Like coming up and they're good. Some of them are above good, but I mean, Kurtz and Skeens and Caminero are all-star players. Wood was an all-star player last year. Gunnar, we'll see. PCA still only 23. We'll see. I mean, there's some really, really good young players in baseball. This is a hard list, but if I'm taking 5, I could take 5. I could say 5 out of the 10 on this list, and I'd be fine going into a season. I'd be perfect.
Yeah, I was going back to, you said you compared Skeens to Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
I've watching Skeens, and I'm trying to come up with a comp and a little bit on Cole, though I think they're slightly different pitcher. Like I said, Skeens doesn't rely on the sheer power that he has. He doesn't need to. You know, he's got placement and change of speeds and all that good stuff.
He's old school. He's a pitcher's pitcher. He's not a thrower. He's a pitcher's pitcher. Scooble's same. I mean, unfortunately, Scooble's hurt, but Scooble's same guy. I mean, there's pitchers. Like Blake Wheeler or Zach Wheeler's back, and I'm telling you what, Sunday, he looked like he's going right back into the top 5.
Yeah,
because same thing. Like these guys, the guys that pitch are less susceptible to the start where you're like, yee. Jesus, what the heck? What just happened there? And it's not that they're not going to have them. They're going to have them. But, I mean, Merrill Kelly, unbelievable start. His last start today, not so great. Still good, but still not that great. I mean, DeGrom has become a pitcher.
Yes,
DeGrom was a thrower, and he was hurt all the time.
Yep.
And he can still hit 100 if he needs to, but he doesn't anymore.
Well, that's the key to it. That's the rash of arm injuries. Everybody's trying to, I'm not wishing that on Mizorowski at all. I love watching Mizorowski pitch because I love seeing him get amped up. I think that's all the only thing he knows how to do. But those are the guys that seems to happen to.
On the same team, we're going to get to him in just a minute, is Eovaldi. He just pitches.
Yeah.
Like soft contact, if he misses bats, so be it, but he doesn't give up anything. There's not a lot of hard contact off guys like that.
When I'm trying to fill out a pitching staff for my fantasy team, in a way, I'm trying to look for veterans who know how to pitch. You just said the right word. They know how to pitch. I don't want a thrower because the thrower all end up, they populate your injured list.
You're gonna use, you're filling your team out, and there's a million different thought processes. But if you're gonna take pitching early, and you're not, and you're iffy if you're going to get 35 starts out of the guy, you should not be taking him early. No, you shouldn't. I mean, I didn't root for Garrett Crochet to get injured, but Garrett Crochet scared me because he has already been injured.
Yep. The interesting guy on that is I would point to Chris Sale. Either the Braves know how to handle guys like that, or he learned how to become a pitcher instead of just with that awkward motion.
Yeah, probably a combination.
Like an arm injury waiting to happen every pitch.
It's probably a combination of both.
Yeah.
But the Braves have lots of pitching injuries, so maybe it's him. Maybe it's probably not. Maybe it's probably more him than it is the Braves and him. Like, hey, I got to be available. And how do I avoid these injuries that keep, derailing my career and my earnings because I keep getting hurt? It's
Yeah.
probably more him, because the Braves have their share of pitching injuries. They're absolutely not immune. They just have so much friggin' depth in their farm system for pitchers that it's like, yeah,
True.
okay, we'll just throw another guy in here.
Hmm.
All right, let's go to who's hot and who's not.
Yes.
And I will let you lead off with this fucking guy
Thank you.
He kills the Yankees, man. Kills them.
Well, in his last
He sucked for the
21
Yankees, and he killed them.
his last 3 starts, 3-0, 23 Ks in 22 innings, good enough. 0.41 ERA, 0.68 WHIP. 2 of those starts were against the Yankees, and he was dominant.
Yeah.
I have him on our team, and what sucked is I benched him last week because they scratched him before his Monday start, and I was really worried about, is he going to go on the injured list? What am I going to get? So I benched him, and he was brilliant on Sunday again, and that's kind of what I'm looking at. So he's back in my lineup, but Nate Eovaldi has been absolutely fantastic. In his last he had a bad start, but he's earned my confidence back, and now he's rolling.
Yeah.
And he's a guy, I don't care when he's pitching well. I don't worry about matchups. For him to do that to the Yankees twice, he re-earned my trust to get over his slow start. And I'm all over him.
Yeah, and me, it's Carson Bench, who everybody was bailing on 3 weeks ago. He's not ready. They should be sending him down. In the last 2 weeks, he's 372, 11 runs, 9 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. He's back up to 71% ownership and 56% started. I don't know how you don't have him in your lineup right now when he's going hot.
Yep.
I don't know. And they're starting to play better baseball. And I can't believe I just said that. That just made me throw up my mouth a little bit.
I meant to get my Mets cap out for tonight's show. Sorry. I thought you would have liked it. They are the Kings of New York. Again.
Let's go to who's cold.
What was that pitch Bednar threw the other day in the ninth? Was it a slider that just missed?
Let's go to who's cold.
David Bednar?
The hanging fucking curveball. The guy.
That's the one.
And then who's cold? Freaking. This looks like the throwback to the 2011 All-Star game. And both of these dopes. I mean, Manny Machado is 4 for his last 48. That's 083. 4 for 48 with a homer, 2 RBIs, and 5 runs. Mystically, he is 100% owned, and he very well should be. He's 87% started. Like, why?
I think it's named
because he plays third base, and then he could break out and have a 2-homer game. Blah 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 with Manny Machado. He's going to be in a Hall of Fame, but 4 for 48, that's not good.
And my guy, I just cut. George Springer was the miracle story of a reborn career last year. This year he sucked. Then he got hurt. Now he's back, and he sucks. His last 21 games going into at least yesterday, a 188 average, 5 runs, 2 RBIs. I think he just had a home run this week against the Yankees, but that's just not good enough. And I ended up cutting him.
I wonder how many times he pissed in a cup last year.
They've usually had some good aspirin up north of the border.
I'm not accusing anybody, but yeah, I'm probably accusing. He was healthy all year last year.
Yep.
For the first time in 5 years.
That was a bit accusatory.
Yeah, it was. It's probably irresponsible. But it's irresponsible journalism. My bad.
Sure.
I hate to do it. And then who are we going to get? Buy now while you can. Oof.
You could start. because this young lad for the Twins is actually on my team.
He's made 5 starts. Connor Prelip. He's 1-2, but he's 25 innings, 29 Ks, a .96 WHIP, and a 2.88 ERA. He's only 39% owned.
Yeah,
like 5 starts with those numbers. I don't care if you're on the Twins. I don't care. I thought his ownership would be higher. He's definitely a guy to go get.
Yeah, I like him.
Our resident Padre fan got a chance to vent about Manny Machado.
Yeah. I cut Prelip a little over a week ago and picked up my 2-star pitcher for this week, J.R. Ritchie, because of his matchups. J.R. Ritchie sucked on Monday against the Marlins, so I cut him and got Prelip back. And J.R. Ritchie, thankfully, is going to miss his second start this week because he is now toiling in the minor leagues.
He'll be pitching for Gwinnett in his next.
My guy's Gavin Sheets, and where have we heard that before with Gavin Sheets?
Yeah.
He's only owned in 16% of leagues. He started in 10. He's a streaky guy.
Yeah.
Last 21, hitting 326, 6 homers, 10 RBIs, a couple steals. You could do a lot worse than that. I think he made this list last year at least once. I think you and I were both jockeying for him last year at some point.
Probably.
He is a streaky type of guy that can really help you when it's going well.
He's a good bench stash guy.
Yeah.
He really is. Like, he's a good, if you have room, he's a really good, 16% ownership wouldn't indicate that. But understanding historically how streaky he is, he's a good bench stash guy because you miss a week of the start of him getting hot, and then you get the second week. And then you roll the dice on whether he can keep it going for 3 weeks or not. And the way that one of these guys, when we get to the next guy, the way he's going to keep playing. I love that graphic.
Yes.
So both of these dopes. How this guy is still on 3 of my teams. I don't know what. Like, I should cut him on all 3 of my teams. He's 4 for his last 32. He's barely playing right now. He's been pinch hitting because Sheets is hot and Castellanos is hot. On the year, he's 214, 5 homers, 19 RBIs, 20 runs, 4 stolen bases. He's still 73% owned on CBS and 41% started.
That's crazy.
It is a little crazy.
Now my guy, here's the problem with my guy. Look, he's only owned in 29% of the leagues, which that's way too high. He has been playing. Okay. Durbin's been in the Red Sox lineup for 43 games with his bulky 166 batting average. That's 139 at bats. That's not a small sample size.
It's not a week of playing.
1 RBI or 1 homer, 14 ribs. You could do better.
Was he your choice for National League Rookie of the Year last year, if memory serves me?
No, Cade Horton was my choice.
So that trade that everybody thought that the Brewers were insane for, Matt Harrison's turning into must roster and start status. Not Matt Harrison. Kyle, Matt Harrison. Matt Harrison, former Yankee, former Glens Falls, New York Indian, who I faced in high school, and I could hit, believe it or not. I couldn't hit guys that could throw over 70, but I could hit him. Kyle's becoming a must-start starter, and Caleb Durbin is wasting space. David Hamilton's running around like a lunatic for the Brewers because the Brewers are the Brewers. And Durbin, who was the centerpiece of that trade, is awful.
Yeah,
awful.
He is.
Just not good. I'm still surprised he's owned
quite
that.
Frankly, any chance either one of us gets a chance to take a dig at the Red Sox, you have to revel in it.
Yeah, a little bit. It's easy. Take a quick look ahead to next week. There's your guy. We were just talking about him.
You're just talking about him. I don't care what he just did. I like Merrill Kelly.
He was okay. He was okay, but when you throw a complete game and then come back with 6 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, it's just still not a terrible start.
I like Merrill Kelly's matchups, right? At San Francisco, they're awful. At Seattle, not great, but they really haven't gotten going yet.
No.
They really haven't gotten. They won that game today. They're still just
not
at
for
500.
not for lack of trying to blow it. They did try to give it away again.
Yeah, I'll take Kelly, even though he's they're on the road both games. I'll still take him. Now, my last 2 weeks, Bailey Ober, thank you for making me look good. J.R. Ritchie, oh my God,
Yeah.
not good, not good.
Yeah, and I'm going with Zebby Matthews, who was efficient last night. But I mean, his first start was 7 innings, 5 Ks, no runs. He's only 32% owned. He's at the White Sox, who I probably would have thought differently about this if Miguel Vargas had not gotten injured. They're starting to score some runs. They're becoming a little bit of fun team to watch, and they're going to be in high scoring games because they're very similar to Washington, except for at least they have a bullpen. And Pittsburgh doesn't score a lot of runs, and so I like the matchups with Zebby. I like adding them. I mean, the Twins are pesky. They stink, but they got another great outing from Joe Ryan today.
Yeah.
Who we all thought was going to be out for the season 2 weeks ago, and that's not true.
Nope.
That's not true. And then we've got, and then we both go for hitters. We both go to the AL East.
What the fuck? I just realized that. What are you doing?
I'm calling it what it is. What do you mean? What am I doing?
It's Oakland. Thank you.
They don't play in Oakland. They play in Sacramento.
They're playing West Sacramento in that goddamn cow town where they think 12,000 people is like, oh my God, we're major league ready. We put 12,000 people against the Giants who are right there. And oh my God, how incredible. We are so ready for a major league team. We can't even sell out a 14,000 seat stadium when we're trying to audition to get a big league team, but we'll celebrate 12,000 or 11 on bobblehead night.
I knew that would
Giants in town
on bobblehead day, on Reggie Jackson 80th birthday bobblehead day. We had a whopping crowd of 13,200.
No, it was 11. They didn't even get 13 because the 12 they got for the Giants. And by the way, of the 12, 10 of them were Giants fans.
Yeah, they were.
Not 10,000.
Yeah.
They were Giants fans. That the mayor, if she hadn't blocked me on Twitter, she probably should have. If the mayor is congratulating the media for highlighting some idiot TV guy out there, I can't remember his name. I think Cunningham's his last name. Congratulating him on great journalism when he's talking about he called the 12,000 a sellout. No, 14's your capacity, dumbass, and you're wrong. And you're not major league ready. You never will be.
If it makes you feel better, the temporary nature of this living arrangement that the A's are in right now, Vegas is on track to open when they said they're going to open.
They're not going to open,
and they're on budget. I just saw it today.
They're not. There's a $2 billion shortfall.
What's
For
money?
A cheap ass owner. What I loved about, and we will get to the segment. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry because I wanted to vent. I had a really crappy day.
That's my fault.
Yeah. The best part about John Fisher, well, there is no good part about John Fisher. His Gap store, the Nepo baby, the Gap his family created. They had to close the only store in the Oakland area because everybody's just, screw you, buddy. And boycott Old Navy too while you're at it. That's an in-house thing too. No Gap, no Old Navy.
No Gap,
anyway,
no Old Navy.
You can go talk about your Yankees now.
But I do like the matchups. I mean, now especially Kansas City, Bubic on the DL, on the IL. Excuse me, Seth Lugo. I mean, Michael Wacha. Like their starting pitching's weak. Yankees. If it's warm next weekend in Sacramento, the Yankees might score 45 runs against that pitching staff. And if they don't score 45 runs, they'll score 10 in the ninth off JT Ginn when he's got a no-hitter going. Who was my 2-start pitcher for this week, by the way.
Very good.
I like the matchups. I like them getting out of Yankee Stadium. That'll be good. They need to get out of Yankee Stadium and out of New York City for a little bit and get their and get their brains right.
Yeah. Yeah, for me,
maybe when they're driving around the country, they can pick up a catcher.
And for me, I think the Rays' good start continues for at least one more week. I think they'll collapse at some point. But at Baltimore for 3, they're 28th in baseball in ERA, and the Angels are 25th. They'll face them for 3 as well. So, yeah, one more good week for Tampa. Like you said earlier,
Tampa gets a break and they get to face Reed Detmers. They're not going to face Alek Manoah because he was sent down. Grayson Rodriguez first start.
Why? Because that one. Did Manoah get sent down because of that 8-run inning he put up in relief the other night?
Yeah. It's over. It's over. It's way over. Just go do anything except for pitch for a major league team. Actually, pitch for anybody. Just don't pitch for my team.
No.
Like, oh no, we're in a tight game. They're bringing in Manoah. Okay, guys, let's go.
Yeah.
You can take the rally caps off because we're just going to score runs anyway.
For sure. For sure.
So next week we are back to Tuesday.
Back to Tuesday. We're trying to keep our regular Tuesday gig. Last 2 weeks have been Wednesday, but I think our schedules are clear going forward. Right?
Yeah. Here's our last 2 weeks of 2-start pitchers. You had Bailey Ober, who was phenomenal 2 weeks ago, and J.R. Ritchie not so well this week. I had Peter Lambert, who was okay. He was okay. He was okay. He wasn't awful. And JT Ginn, who's got another start coming up, but he might be their best pitcher.
Maybe. Not Lopez.
Severino's actually pitching well. He's pitching pretty well. But when the weather gets warm and they got to pitch in that ballpark, I don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeffrey Springs was a must-add guy a month ago, and now I wouldn't have him on my lineup. I wouldn't have him on my roster for anything. He can't get anybody out again.
Yep. No, they're first place at 24-24. They're not going to finish there. Seattle's going to dust them.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get hot. They don't have the arms.
Yeah. Houston's going to have a fire. Houston's going to have a fire sale, though. Hunter Brown's going to throw batting practice tomorrow, I think. Either tomorrow or Friday. He's going to throw BP. So he may be close to a rehab assignment. Spencer Arrighetti's been tremendous.
Yeah, he's the guy I drafted last year, and he broke his thumb shagging balls in batting practice. Was never right. Now I'm like, I'm not picking him again, and he's awesome now.
Yeah, and he's been really, really, and he's not walking people, which is incredible. There was a tremendous, speaking of walking people, there's a really, really good article on ESPN.com today about the ABP and the effect. And walks are the highest they've been since like 1993 this year.
Really?
Yeah. Because umpires are sharper at their game. Umpires are sharper at their game, and they're not calling. They're paying more attention to the strike zone so they don't get challenged. So these pitches that were a full ball out of the strike zone that they used to get as strikes, they're not getting them anymore.
Did you see what Judge did to that ump the other night when he just completely just embarrassed him?
So disrespectful. But
ball outside, he walks up the first baseline, taps his helmet, and starts taking all his stuff off.
Taps his helmet and starts taking his stuff off. And it was not
on his way to first base.
And it wasn't even close.
You missed it, and I'm taking my base on balls. Thank you.
Yeah, that's not a strike. I'm Aaron Judge. I have spoken.
Exactly.
I'm Aaron Judge. I have spoken.
All right.
Next week we go to Tuesday. We don't know what we're going to talk about next week, but we'll figure it out.
We shall come up. So thank you all for joining us, and we will see you in 6 days.
Peace.
Bye now.